Hi, Gloria Douglas here, a licensed real estate agent in Las Vegas, Nevada. I want to welcome you back. You've been working hard, and I know you have. I know you probably had to take a breather, but now it's time to go ahead and keep going to the next budget. This is going to be the last budget that we're going to be doing in this series right here, at least for now, anyway. So, I do not work for NACA, and I have never worked for NACA, but I do work with home buyers that are going through the NACA mortgage process. If you would like to be able to go through the NACA mortgage process as well, then stay tuned. Towards the end of the video, you'll be able to get my contact information so that I can get you registered, so that I can help you go through the process so that you can also own your own home, because home ownership is possible. All right, let's get going. So we are on page 33, and it is the comprehensive budget form. So you want to put your name. You always want to put your first and your last name. And you also want to put your month that you're doing this particular budget, as well as the year. Do it in pencil because it's a lot easier in case you have to make any changes, do any updates, then by putting the date on here. And I will put the date. It says month and year only, but I would also put the date, because if you have to update it, then it's already on here, and you'll be able to keep track, as well as your underwriter, as well as your mortgage counselor, which one is which one is the most current. Okay, so with NACA, okay, I explained before that a gross is anything that your paycheck will be before all of your deductibles, taxes, insurance, disability, 401k, savings. So we're not going to work with that because that's not what we physically have available to us in our hand. So we're always going to work with the net amount. Now, you only can count your first and your second job if it has been 2 years or more. Now, if you say for your first job, okay, I've been there for over 2 years, but my second job, I've only been there for a year, you cannot count that second job. You say, okay, well, I've been at my second job for 22 months, okay, and I'm going to continue there, then you can go ahead and count that income, because you're going to stay there for at least 2 more months, which is going to give you your 24 months. So that will be fine. You can then count that income. If you have a co-borrower, so your spouse is going on the loan with you, or you want to use that person's income, or if you're living with someone and you're going to be using that person's income, be a parent, a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, and you're going to be using their income, same situation. Their first and or second job, they have to be on that job for 24 months or more, so 2 years or more, or be coming up on 2 years. If not, that income will not be able to be counted. Period. There's no flexibility in that. Any other income that you have coming in, say retirement money, pension money, child support, alimony, anything like that, that you can show paperwork for, that you either have been receiving for the last 2 years, or you will continue to receive for 2 or more years, then we will be able to count that income. So with your pension and with your Social Security, you would have to have an awards letter to prove that income. With your child support that you receive, you're going to have to show your child support paperwork and or divorce decree, and for alimony, your divorce decree. And we'll also get into those documents that you're going to need to have in future video. So you're going to go ahead and take all of the income for the entire month that you receive: first job, second job, third job, co-borrower, first job, second job, third job, and any other income for the entire month. Put down each line and then get the net total. And that will be under the total net income for the month. Then when you get to your liabilities, to your debts that you pay, so your car loans, student loans, personal loans, child support that you pay out. So here it says student loans if actually paying. We'll deal with student loans briefly, but first let's go ahead and take care of your car loans. What is your balance on your car loans? Is it $30,000? Is it $5,000? Is it $250? However much the balance is, you want to put that down in the balance column. Then you want to put down however much you pay per month. Now, when it comes to student loans, if your student loans are deferred, even though it says if actually paying, they still want it because they still have to factor it in, because the underwriter is looking at the fact of they're giving you money for 30 years, 15 or 30 years, and eventually this bill is going to come due. So even if you are not paying on your student loan right now, you still want to write down what the balance is, and then off to the side, note what your projected payment amount is, because they're going to count it anyway. It doesn't matter if it's due in 2 years, they're still going to put that projected payment into your budget amount. So I personally would still go ahead, and I just have my clients write it down anyway. Just put it in what it's going to be, because they're going to count it, because they have to. Because they're trying to keep you, not trying, they're keeping you from having a foreclosure situation because of a bill that was not included, that should have been included into your figures at an earlier time. May sound crazy, but I'm sorry, that's how they do it. Any credit union loans, child support that you pay, alimony that you pay. For child support, you do have to have the court order showing how much you actually pay per month. The reason that they want that is because you can say, well, they're supposed to give me da da da, or they're supposed to pay da da da, but that isn't what is actually being paid. So the court order, basically, here it is, black and white. This is how much you pay. End of discussion. So, and then we'll also talk about other documentation that you'll have to have for that as well. So your alimony, your divorce decree, the alimony amount that you pay will be in your divorce decree. So go ahead and start getting those papers together as well, and we will also discuss that. But whatever amount you're paying for alimony, whatever that balance is, go ahead and put that down. And whatever the monthly payment that you pay, go ahead and put that down, and then do a total payment. If there's something that's on this list or something on here that is not included that you pay, and you pay it regularly, and you have more than 10 months of payments to do, go ahead and count it, because it's going to come up, especially if it's going to show up on your credit report. Now, credit cards, they have all the cards. If you do consumer credit counseling, gas cards, store cards, major credit cards, you want to just put down the payments that are required and how much you actually pay. So if your required payment is $15 a month, but you pay $25 a month so that you can go ahead and get it paid off, those are the separations that they're looking for. And then you want to take the payments that you make and go ahead and total that for your credit card payment amount. Now, if you turn to page 34, here they're looking for your number 3, your rent or your mortgage that you're currently paying. So whatever your monthly house payment is, that's what you want to put down. Now, if you don't pay a mortgage or you don't pay rent, so say you pay the utilities instead, then go ahead and make a note, like put an asterisk where it says housing payments per month. Put an asterisk and put only pay utilities, and then leave that spot blank, and then go down to the living expense and then fill out that portion, because you're going to do a breakdown of how much you pay for each living expense. If you, for number 3 still, we're still there, for your rent or mortgage, if you split your rent, so say if your rent is $1,000 a month, but you live with someone and they pay $500, you pay $500, put down $500, because that is a portion that you pay. Under number 4, for your living expenses, all of your utilities, you want to account for your phone. Some people still have landlines, believe it or not. So if you have a landline, you can go ahead and put that down. If you have a landline and a cell phone, you can go ahead and put next to phone. You can put and cell phone and then combine them, or you can put your cell phone under the other category if you have a landline and a house phone. A landline and a cell phone. Also break down your cable TV, your heat, electric, water and sewer, which the heat here in Vegas is going to be your gas. Most places it's your gas. If you aren't all electric, it'll be your gas. So that's what that is. Total all of those utilities. And then you're going to come down to 4B, which is for your groceries. So you want to put whatever you spend in the grocery store per month Any personal items, if you do them separately, like I told you in the previous video, I am a product junkie for hair, for natural hair. So I have a separate column in my budgeting for my hair products. So if you have something like that, that you know, like this is what I do, then go ahead and put those, that amount down. For food, you do not want to put lunches that are part of your daily diary or your meals. That, remember we talked about the eating out and your lunches. You don't want to put that down. So this is just strictly in the grocery store that you use for this column on section B under grocery store per month. Strictly groceries only. Okay. Oh, and then if you want, so personal items can also be broken down if you know, when you buy toilet paper and paper towels, lotions, soaps, things like that. If you do it as part of your grocery bill, then keep it there. If you break it down separately and have, you know, you do pay separately for it, or you buy it at a separate time, maybe once a month or something, then, you know, you can kind of adjust however you actually spend for your toiletries and for your food. Now for your car, for transportation, your car insurance, however much it is per year, you want to take that $1,200 per year, divide it by 12, and then that will give you how much you estimate you approximately pay for it per month. You also want to do the same thing. The excise tax is for when you get the car registered. So whatever your registration is every year, you want to take that amount and divide it by 12, and then put that under the line for the monthly estimate, as well as your car maintenance. If you get your oil change, say every 3 months, then, and it's what, about $30 or so. So you take $30 times 4, because that's 4 times a year, divided by 12, because that will be the breakdown that you'll be saving per month, and then you'll put that down. So you'll take it, the car maintenance, $30 times 4, divide by 12. That will be your monthly estimated amount that you will be putting to the side to save up for your oil changes. Public transportation, if you get bus passes, go ahead and put that down. Take taxi cabs, or if you use the Uber or the Lyft or whatever your mode of transportation is, you have to give somebody gas money. You still want to account for that amount. And then for your fuel, however much you pay for that every month. Then you also have childcare. So now we're on page 35. So any daycare bill that you have, any babysitting bill that you have, you want to put that down for the month. Child expenses that you have, for anything that, for child expenses that requires you to spend once a month for your child, something that you do regularly. Maybe you have a book club or something that's strictly for the child, or they get toys of the month, they're in a toys of the month club or something. Go ahead and put that down there. That'll be fine. Any after school programs, you'll put that down, however much that is per month that you spend. And other, say if you have field trips, your child goes on a lot of field trips because of the school that they're in, or any other expenses that you have to buy, go ahead and put that down as well, and then total up the child care expenses. Clothing, for new clothes, shoes, uniforms, things like that, that's pretty much self-explanatory, but you do the same thing. If you have to buy uniforms at the beginning of every year, then how much do the uniforms cost times per child, and then divided by 12, and that's how much a month you're looking at spending on clothes, and including uniforms. Now for medical and health, you want to put down medical insurance only if you pay it separately. If it comes out of your paycheck already, then what you can put here are your co-payments, and they do have a separate section for that, which is your co-payments. So however many times you visit the doctor in your household, you have a family of 3, you visit the doctor once a year each, whatever your co-payment is, then take that co-payment, multiply it by 3, and then divide by 12, and that will give you approximately what it is per month that you're spending. And you want to do the same thing for the dentist, for your medication. Also, you want to include the over-the-counter medications such as sinus medicine and allergy medicine, and if you buy Tylenol because you have young children and they get fevers and stuff like that, so you'll want to count that also. Also, life insurance, disability, short term and long term. Those are the kinds of things that you want. If you have to buy braces, say for a knee brace once a year or twice a year, then you'll want to include those things, and we're going to budget for that as well. For education, if you are still in school, then you want to put down any tuition that you have to pay for, any books that you pay for, as well as any school supplies. So, because we know that student loans and school supplies can be different things. The tuition is more for not student loans necessarily, but if you pay tuition for a child to go to school, then that's where that will go, because they're in a private school. Then that's where you will put that tuition versus student loan for the adult, which will be two different things. If you buy school supplies once a year for your child, or twice a year, however often you buy school supplies, go ahead, total that up, divide by 12, and then that will give you your total education expense. Your total school supplies expense, and then total everything, and that will give you your total education expense. Now, here under column H, still on page 35, you want to list any payments that are separate. So that is, well, they have cell phone, but I put cell phone under living expense because you have to have your cell phone because you have to have a form of contact. So I include here, that's hair, nails, haircuts, internet, gym, which internet actually goes under living expenses, the gym, prepaid legal, any old debt that you're paying off. You want to go ahead and add those things up, write them down, add how much they are that you pay per month, and then do your final total as well. If you turn to page 36, we're almost done, but if you turn to page 20 to 36, number 5 is your walking around money. Now, if you go back to your daily expense diary, which was on page 32, you will take the total, monthly total, and divide that by 12, unless you're not taking out a whole lot of money. But put down how much you usually have for walking around money. So if you have $500 for walking around money a month, then go ahead and put that down. If you have $5 for walking around money a month, then go ahead and put that down. And then you're going to take your yearly expenses. So some people do take vacations, and some people buy gifts. They buy gifts for birthdays, or for the different holidays or anniversaries, things like that. Then you're going to want to take those, and also however much you pay per month. If you're not sure, if you say, okay, well, I only buy $100 worth of gifts per month, then take that $100, divide it by 12, and then that will tell you how much you're paying per month, or putting aside per month. Vacation, same exact thing. If you pay any dues of any sort, if you do it on a monthly basis and you know exactly how much it is per month, then go ahead and put that down. If you have to pay weekly, or if you have to pay yearly, then go ahead and just do the grand total for the whole year, divide by 12, and then that will give you that expense. Go ahead, any other expenses that you have that you pay once a month because you do have a book club membership, or you are part of the music club of the month or something like that, or tea club of the month, then however much you spend per month, go ahead and put those down, break that down. And then you're going to do a summary total. Now, once you get down by the net income, however much you said that your 24 months for whoever's going on the loan, and you're using that income in your house, put that net income there. Then you want to go back for your debts. You want to go back to page 33. Number 2, for A, for B, you want to total those up together. Let's see how they have this thing. You want to total those up together, and then put that exact amount down on under the summary under A. Then for your housing expenses, which is number 3 on page 34, you want to put that amount down. And then for number 4, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, you want to total all of those to make one column, and then you're going to put that down as summary C for living expenses. Then here on page 36, number 5, whatever that total is for your walking around money, you're going to put that under walking around money, which is summary D. And then for E, which is the yearly expenses, which is just above for your vacation and your gifts, things like that. You're going to put that there. And then F for unexpected expenses, they automatically at NACA automatically include an extra $200 a month that you should be saving for emergency things. So in case the refrigerator goes out, in case you have to have any kind of repairs done for savings or whatever. So they include an extra $200 already in your total. So you're going to take how much your net income is. You're going to take A, B, C, D, E, and F, total those up. That'll give you your total expenses. And then you're going to subtract that from your net income. That will give you your available money that you should be saving per month. If you find that you are in the negative, then go back through some of the things. I would start with the yearly expenses for vacations and gifts and start cutting some of those down. Maybe not necessarily out, but cut them down. And that way you want to be able to have a positive and see wherever you can make any kind of adjustments. Now, don't forget to put your name, your signature, and the date. And if you have two borrowers, then both names, both signatures, and date for each person. That was a lot of information. I hope that it was helpful. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at my email, ownmyhomeclub@gmail.com. You can also contact me by either calling me or texting me at 702-690-6312, on Instagram at Own My Home Club, and on Facebook, if you like, and follow me on Facebook at Own My Home Club. Please like and subscribe to my channel. And in the next video, we are going to go ahead and start breaking down all of the income documentation that you need to have, and then the income portion will be complete. Thank you for subscribing, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.